All right, bro, so you don't have time to go to the gym. You're too busy. You're waking up in the morning, getting ready for work, and then you're going to work, you get home, and you just can't find the time to get to the gym to improve your body and make gains. So this is something that I used to struggle with a lot. This was a problem that I had, and I've heard multiple other people talk to me about this, when we're talking about going to the gym and really putting in the time, investing the time to get to where we want to be and create the physiques that we want to have. Is I can't find the time. I'm too busy. I'm working full time. It's just too hard for me to create that space within my schedule to get to the gym and do what I need to do. Today I want to address that and share with you how I was able to kind of switch up this mindset, take a look at my life, take a look at a few things, and really create that space. So really the first thing to understand about this is that it really is a mindset thing. Like, it's all up here. It's all up here. Like, I have the same amount of time that you have. I have 24 hours, you have 24 hours, we all have 24 hours. So it's not necessarily that you don't have the time, as in you couldn't do it. It's just you haven't taken the time to look at your day, look at your schedule, and find the time and create that space where you can actually get into the gym and do what you need to do to improve your body, right? And so really, when it comes down to it, all we need to do is find a point within the day where we have some free time, and we just need to dedicate that to what we find important, which is going to the gym. So one of the tools that I use that really helps me that has helped me in the past to figure out like what I'm doing every day. Like, we don't even know like what we're doing every day. Our schedules are all over the place. So really, we know that we actually do have the time. Like, we all have 24 hours. We can find the time, and we're gonna make the time. But one of the ways that this has helped me out is if you take either a piece of paper and a pen, or if you've got one of those online calendars, like a Google Calendar, or any sort of calendar that's on your phone, like an app. You're sleeping for 8 hours, which most people aren't. You're at work for 8 hours, but usually it's not really 8 hours, because if you have to commute, that puts in an extra hour, right? So let's just say like, and like all the prep for getting ready in the morning and getting home and all that, let's just say that's about like 10 hours, okay? And so you got 10 hours there, you've got 8 hours of sleep at night. So what does that leave you with? 6 hours of time not spent at work, not spent at sleeping. So you can take those 6 hours and you can do anything that you want with them. Now here's my question. Here's what you need to do now is ask yourself, how much time am I spending? How much time am I spending on Netflix, watching YouTube, scrolling on Instagram, scrolling on Facebook, right? How much time am I spending watching Facebook videos? Like, that shit sucks you in, right? So really figure out and think about how much time are you allocating to a bunch of random stuff. So to that point about sacrificing something, when we're creating this daily sort of overview of our day and what we spend our time doing, we need to be brutally honest about what we do each day, right? Like, we can't just be admitting things like, oh yeah, that doesn't really matter. No, just write down everything that you do. Taking a shower, eating, making breakfast, preparing lunch, preparing dinner. Those are all things that you have to spend time doing. So it's really important to just literally write down everything that you do so that we can have an accurate representation of your day. All right, so now that you've written everything down and you got your day scheduled out with everything that you do, you're going to notice, almost guaranteed, that there's like an hour, maybe 2 hours where your time is being filled with something that it doesn't need to be and that you could sacrifice, or you've got a gap. And you've got a gap, because remember, we were saying if you take 8 hours of sleep, most people aren't doing that, but you take 8 hours of sleep and you're working, like all your work tasks, commuting, everything maybe comes up to 10 hours if you're working just a regular 9 to 5, 40 hours a week. So that leaves you with 6 hours in your day. So within that 6 hours, you're either going to notice you've got a gap, or your time is being filled up and used with things that you could replace with the gym. It's really up to you to determine what you want to do with those 6 hours within your day. Now, of course, it could be a little bit more or less depending on how long you sleep at night, how long your work schedule is, but this is kind of just a basic overview that I think will be applicable to most people who are working a 40-hour work week. So we really have to think about what you want to sacrifice if you don't have the time. Within that 6 hours, 6-ish hours, if you're finding you're spending time, say an hour or two each night, playing like a video game you really like, you're on Instagram, Facebook, or watching Netflix, or a movie, or I don't know, whatever the hell else that you could be filling your time with, you really need to decide, what do I want to cut out? So for me, what did I do? When I really started to get serious about the gym, I cut out video games at night. Like, I go kind of towards the evening now, but I completely cut out video games. I don't play video games, which is difficult because I used to be addicted to them. But I cut out video games, and that literally freed up like 2 hours every day of time that I can now dedicate and redirect towards something that was more important and that would give me better results. So maybe for you, it's not video games. Maybe you watch a lot of TV at night. Like I said, maybe you spend 2-3 hours on Instagram or Facebook, because that can easily happen, or even YouTube. That's the thing, a lot of people, like even now, you're spending time watching this YouTube video. That's time that you could be spending elsewhere. So remember too, you don't need to spend an hour and a half, 2 hours in the gym. You know, you can dedicate that 45 minutes to an hour in the gym every day, every other day. You can even do 3 to 4 days a week. You don't have to do 6 days a week, 5 days a week. You know, don't listen to people who say, oh, you can't make any gains doing 3 to 4 days a week. That's ridiculous. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be hard. It's going to be uncomfortable. You don't want to have to go to work, come home, and then go to the gym and spend much more energy. Your body is telling you, hey, let's relax, let's just chill out for the night. Or you know, when you wake up in the morning. But like, man, if you want to make gains, like, it's not going to be easy, but it's so worth it. It's so worth it to just find that 45 minutes to an hour, you know, even 4 days a week, 3 days a week, 5 days a week, whatever you can do, and just put that time in, because it's going to compound over time and you'll start to see the results, and that will be so motivating for you. I really hope you can use this advice and it is helpful to you in some way. And that is how I was able to overcome this sort of mindset that, like, oh, I don't have the time because I'm working full time. Or even if you're in school, I'm in school and I'm working, I don't have time to go to the gym. No, you have 24 hours. If you're not at work for 10 hours a day and sleeping, you've got 6 hours left. You got 6 hours left. Within those 6 hours, you can dedicate one of those to go to the gym if it's that important to you.